Hello and welcome to School of Dragons. Today we're going to take a look at the Ridgesnipper Hybrid Dragon, which is a mix between the Razorwhip Dragon and the Snafflefang Dragon. The Snafflefang was first seen in the second movie How to Train Your Dragon 2, and the Razorwhip was first seen in the show Race to the Edge on Netflix exclusive. So it's a combination of these two dragons, and this is what we get right here. There was a lot of problems upon launch with this guy, so I'm not gonna be too excited about this hybrid. That's just impossible, but I wanted to do the showcase regardless. And I'm gonna share my opinion on this with you, and if you don't agree with it, that's fine, that's fair. You can always leave your opinion in the comment and let me know what you think. But I'm entitled to my opinion, and that's what I'm gonna go by. So before we get into this guy, I want to show you what the dragon looked like in Titan Uprising, which is a mobile how to train your dragon game where this dragon first appeared. And this is what he looks like in that game. Overall, you might think they're quite similar, but the dragon that we see in Titan Uprising is a lot longer, the head is not as large, and the tail is more proportioned to the body. And it's a bit more of a muscular dragon, a bit more weight in it as well. But I wanted to see that because I'm going to be drawing some comparison to that dragon and then comparing it to School Dragon's attempt at making this hybrid dragon. So, this is the dragon that we get in game. He's a bipedal, small-armed, giant head, short-tailed dragon with considerably small wings, I would say. I think these wings are more like Razorwhip, but kind of unique. They're not exactly Razorwhip. They're definitely not Snafflefang. Kind of like a mix. I guess that works alright. We got a lot of spikes on his wings as well, small spikes, and then the main claw that sticks out. He's got these 4 giant spikes on his back, which I think looks cool. The armor has like a somewhat rusty feel to it, a somewhat like worn feel to it. It's not as clear silver as you would see on the Razorwhip dragon, which I think is a shame, because if I don't want my dragon to have like a green or blue shade, this armor is not going to look that great. So that's why I also decided to go with blue for this dragon. Then we got the armor piercing through here, kinda the more delicate armor from the Razorwhip as well. It looks a little bit like growth on this guy. Because he's like half-half, he's like a science experiment that's gone wrong. It's not as well incorporated, I would say, as the bigger scales. It looks like it's kind of growing down as a parasitic mass of some sort, in my opinion at least. And the same for the other side. I think they're actually identical, they're just, yeah, the sides are identical. I'm not too fan of that. I think it would have been better to maybe put that on the legs or on the head somehow incorporate it better, because it just looks very foreign on the dragon to me. But I think the overall large plating works fine. That looks fine enough. I would believe that would actually grow on the dragon. And the same with the wings. The wings are very well armored. I like how that looks with the skin and then the arm on the shoulders and out on the wing fingers, as I tend to call them, the wing spreaders that we have on the dragon. So that works well. His head is incredibly large, it's incredibly long, and incredibly wide as well. A giant chin, and giant horn, and giant teeth, and just a really, really big head compared to the rest of the body. And it's what throws me off the most about the dragon, because the tail is so delicate, and so nimble, and so tiny, that when you compare that to the giant head, it's just too much mass to realistically carry around. I know that dragons aren't supposed to necessarily be realistic, but they don't have to be an eyesore either. And the balance just, it triggers something in me. I'm not saying that this dragon is an eyesore, but I'm saying that that proportion specifically doesn't work out for me. I understand that, yeah, it has a big bowl on its tail and that would give some weight for sure, but the amount of muscle mass that will be in the tail, with it being so skinny and thin, would not be enough to sustain or even, carry around a head that large. His posture is also very hunched over, and the head, the length of it just makes it that much more dramatic of a hunch. I think the locomotion of the legs seem fine here. I like the small hands kind of doing the same thing, wanting to keep up with the legs. I think that works quite well. That works fine. Actually, quite a bit of muscle mass in the legs. I definitely think that's good. And we got the tail swaying back and forth as well. Also a wonderful detail. Very nice. We're gonna try to push him forward and see him walk. Alright, little Ridgesnipper. Let's see what you got. Not that direction. It's over here. Yes. Alright. Yes, let's try to take him a little closer. Okay. So as far as I can tell right here, there's clearly a problem with proportion again, and the way that the weight is carried. Alright, so we have a good movement overall in the legs, I would say. I think that looks fairly well. He's moving around, but it becomes so awkward to look at because the rest of the body is so still. The head is very still, the overall chest and back and tail is very still, and it just becomes, you can't even see the head at this angle. It becomes very, I don't even know what the word for that would be. It would be clunky, I guess. Unnatural. Which I think is a shame because the animations in themselves are fine, the legs and the arms. We just need that much more life in the head and the rest of the body, which isn't there. And that giant head, just look at the difference. That is some crazy size difference there. And that's not what the dragon originally looked like. That's why I'm slamming down so hard on it. Because if this was just introduced, like, that's the first time seeing it, well, then I maybe wouldn't have noticed as much. But because I know that the original concept for the dragon, the ones we see in Titan Uprising, is so different and so much more streamlined and believable. So that's why this really throws me up a lot. Throws me off. Let's fly with these itty tiny wings. Kind of look like bat wings the way it's flapping. They are very small wings. They're pretty though. I like them. Just the wings in themselves. I like the little spreader that we have at the elbow part of the wings. And the overall very nice wings. The texture seems fine, shadows, everything seems fine. They're very fluent in their flapping. Gotta give them that. I love the wings. I just wish they were larger. Because when you didn't glide and you just see this and you think, oh, that's maybe not the greatest. But I think they're good. I think that the animations are very good. Overall, the connection with the body, where you see the skin being pulled a little bit, it doesn't clip anywhere. I think that's good. I think that's really, really good. Oh my god, his eyes. He's looking in like different directions, buddy. Are you alright? His eyes twitching a bit. Wow. Okay, slowing down. Okay, we got a little more life in the eyes. And he's actually moving his head down to kind of get rid of the hunch. This looks alright. His fat stomach. Fat Snafflefang stomach. It's quite cute. Pretty powerful. I think that's alright. Oh yeah, humping the air. He's got the moves. Let's try to dive with him. Okay, oh, okay. Oh my goodness, okay. I guess the arms kinda dead. Arms kinda just, you know, sitting there, not doing much, moving a little bit closer. But not too much. I guess it's alright. The wings don't go fully into the body. Kind of stick out a bit. Would have been nice to have them seeing, you know, go really close and dive down. But maybe he's insecure about diving and he just wants to, you know, take it slow. So I think the diving works quite fine. Why am I not getting... Why are you blocking me off? Okay, let's go to the ground. That's not working with the rocks. Let's try over here. We can also just shoot the ground. Okay, so a somewhat decent explosion. It seems like rocks are coming out from it as well. Why does it do that? Why can't I see the whole thing? Why am I not allowed to see that? Yeah, so it's a large explosion with then like rocks coming out. It's quite nice. It's kind of like a boulder mix with just extreme explosion. I see a lot of mostly boulder elements in it, like the very large fire and the rocks. It's nice. Alright, so here we have my dragon, Julian, and he's a Ridgesnipper. It's a boulder class dragon. His max speed is 7.8 and his pitch rate is 5, turn rate 5, acceleration 4.2, firepower is 4. Overall, kind of not the greatest stats. The kind of average, kind of slow. I wish that the hybrids would have like heightened abilities, heightened stats in all the any cases, but they don't. So this is kind of like, I don't see him being good at really anything. Not racing, not battle event. Just kind of average. And I've noticed that his eye is broken. The eyelid, as you can see, it's open. Actually, there's the eyeball that's pushing through the eyelid model. Very slow, as predicted, a slow start. Get the rings. Okay. Get that ring. Snatch it up. Yeah, his pitch is fine. Oh my god, his pitch, his turn is fine. His pitch is awful. And his overall speed, not good. So I don't, like I said, I don't see him being used for anything really. Other than just cosmetic reasons and cuddles and whatever you want to do with him. He's not a racing dragon. You can probably force him to be, but he's not remarkable in any way when it comes to racing. So not that good of a racer, but it does have a mean fire, so if you just want to go around and shoot the areas and such, then that's really cool. Because it is a very cool fire that he has. Thanks so much for watching the showcase. I hope you enjoyed it. And I have some final words, but the overall showcase is over, so you can leave the video if you just want to see the dragon. There was, like I said earlier, there was a lot of problems with this dragon. A lot. For me, I wasn't able to access the game, and it was the same bug that had happened before, and the game had not done anything to fix it. And I want to thank all the people that left really supportive and positive comments on the previous video. That was really great to see. I'm not really a person that wants to show sadness or weakness or, you know, these kind of emotions on YouTube, because I believe my channel is for enjoyment. You're supposed to watch a video and get happy. But Skull Dragons is making that impossible, so I kind of excuse myself with some of these videos because it's unreasonable, and I've been doing this for at least 5 years now, so I think I have an okay reason to just, you know, not put out a facade for a video or two. And a lot of you did accept that, and that was really, really cool to see that a lot of you left support and said that you were on my side and also thought that this was just not acceptable. So that was cool and great and amazing to see. So I want to thank everyone who left a positive and supportive comment on the Ridgesnipper, the first video that I did on this dragon. I don't like this hybrid, and I don't want to smack on the person that made the model, and I don't want to smack on the person that made the animations, but I don't think it's good. And I think that my opinion is also kind of worsened because of everything that happened. So if the person that made the model or the animations is watching this, I don't want to slam on you. I don't know what the work conditions were, but it's not horrendous, but I just don't like it. Compared to Titan Uprising, which I kind of liked, I just prefer that over this. And that's what I'm gonna say on that. If you made this, then keep trying. You're on the right track. You just need a little proportion. Would be good. Then I think it would be really, really good. But yeah, maybe that wasn't your call. Maybe you had to squeeze it into to fit in this game. I don't know. But yeah, I am extremely burned out on School of Dragons. I am not just gonna stop making videos. I'm gonna, if I decide not to do it, I'll have a phase out period. It's not just like they're gonna stop and there's just not gonna come anything. So I don't want people who care about this content to be afraid of that. It's just, life has been cruel to me lately, and when something like this happens, it's just catastrophical for me. I'm not really gonna get into it because it's not your problem. But I made a video a while back where I said that my mom had a traumatic injury in her brain, that there was blood inside the membrane in her brain, and it was putting pressure on her brain. And she's now she's brain damaged now. Not in a degree that she can't do anything, but still severely enough that I had to move home and is taking care of her now and is helping her with a lot of things. We have so many animals. She has so many animals, and I have to take care of them because she just forgets, doesn't see things like she used to, and her personality is just... And it's really weird to see your mom like that. I think most of you have a mom, and so you can hopefully relate to just imagining that she's so weakened, her personality is very different, and the care and love that she has for you is gone because of a damage inside of her brain. That's the stuff I'm dealing with right now, and that's insanely hard, and that's also affecting how I react to something like this in School of Dragons, because I just need it to work. I just need it to work because everything else in my life doesn't work right now. So I just needed this one thing to work, and it didn't, and that just really threw me for a loop. But that's the reason behind that, and I'm not gonna take any more of your time. I appreciate you watching my videos. That's the best thing you can do for me right now. It means the world to me if you just check them out. Some of them might be too long for you, and that's fine if you want to skip like once or twice or so, but just generally clicking in a video once in a while, that helps me a lot, because that's like how I stay alive right now. That's the YouTube. So I appreciate that. Thanks so much. I won't talk anymore. You have a wonderful day, night, or evening, and I'll see you maybe in the next video if you have time. So long.